some below. Like, this is wild. But guys, we're about ready to start, so let's get ready for this war to kick off here. We are into the game. Dark on top. Right. And kick us off here for Imperium Titans. Ex-Titans. I guess they have Titans twice in their name there for some reason. But they are diving in with Dark on top with a Queen Charge into Hogminer Hybrid, which I've been saying I don't see a lot of people using Queen Charge Hogminer Hybrid lately, but the people that are still breaking out there are exceptionally good at it, and Dark on top is no exception to that, Woody.
Well, Kazu definitely must be expecting an attack from over on this right side corner. Putting your Eagle artillery all the way outside the walls is about the best bait that you can offer to an early stab out here. I wonder what sort of tricks he's got with the trap setup inside the base to try to deny value for a player like Dark on top, who is clearly very happy to take that easy win early on, gets the CC pull even, thanks to some great positioning here from the Archer Queen, grabs a Lava Hound, and with just a couple of Expos firing away at her, I think that she should be fine with the healers here. Pops a Rage just to keep her topped off even more, and even without a poison spell, that's going to be an easy CC kill to set up for Dark on top's next stage for minor heavy hybrid push.
Absolutely, but the thing you've got to think about here is, like you're saying, this is looking like it should be a bait, and so if he doesn't get the balloons to be able to go and clear the traps, it could take out the healers there, that it could be trouble, but he does actually only lose one healer on the way in, so he gets the multi-info down. The hybrid going to the top of the base there, since the Queen is very north. Oh, there goes another healer, is going to end up forcing the Queen back to loop over to the other multi, which I think she can actually reach there over the walls from the inside of the base there, so she has some really good access if she can stay alive, and she's claiming all the targets he's hoping for. But now pushing a Hogminer Hybrid through the town hall can get a little bit dicey, and he has to wait on the ward building until he actually engages and takes the town hall down. So he has to freeze it on the approach here and then hold the ward ability till about right now. Looks good. He's got ground scale installing him up here. He has to delay it, he has to delay it, he has to delay it, and there we go. Pop it as the warden goes off as the town hall goes down. So he's in a very, very good spot here, Woody.
Didn't fire until he could see the whites of their eyes, but it has paid off. Those Hawks are still looking pretty healthy on the other side now, and they have another heal spell to keep them topped off even further. That Monolith has just been raining down so much heavy damage this entire raid, and finally the Archer Queen's going to be destroyed. But I think she has done enough work now as we're pathing into the final compartment on the bottom side. A few more Hawks are going to get sprung out by traps, but they eliminate the last scatter shot. There's nothing left in terms of big defenses now, and it is going to be a march to the very end with the Royal Champion shield ready to be tossed out. 15 seconds for the cleanup, and I think he's got it. Dark on top is going to be starting off with a triple for the ETX Titans.
Fantastic attack right there, and making the hybrid look easy. Dark on top. I mean, that was clean. That was clean. We like to see that attack there. We love to see how tight they can get the funnel, and it is kind of risky when you push the hybrid through the town hall there, but he managed it very, very well. But usually we're trying to either charge the town hall or the Eagle artillery during the Queen charge made the attack there, and he made it look like it was textbook right there. So now returning fire, looks like Hamu getting ready for ALLEXCEED. ALLEXCEED, team out of Japan. They are definitely, I don't know why there's so many highly talented team that comes out of Japan. Like they just generate talent like no other country in the world, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Germany is right there along with them in terms of being able to just, you know, push out extremely talented squads year after year. But definitely would agree with you. I mean, especially having the reigning champions now with the Queen Walker Stephanie. This is definitely a region that has got a lot of skills brought to bear. So Hamu's going to be moving in next for ALLEXCEED, and I'll just give a little bit more background as we're watching this attack get set up. ALLEXCEED was very consistent in stage 2 on their defenses, just they weren't putting out a whole lot of offensive firepower. With 11, and then 10 stars in their first 3 wars, they are doing well, but not really surprising to the top side in terms of their hit rates. So I'm expecting ALLEXCEED, if they get the win here, it's going to be off of a very tight war where they managed to eke out on a percentage victory against Titans just by putting up really solid defenses. That's not what we saw in that first attack, though, with the Titans grabbing the 3-star, and it's starting to make me question the prediction that I had earlier on. If Titans win, it's going to be because they just come in over the top with some really risky plays that grab a lot of stars, Eric.
Nice freezes in the core of the base there. Those dragons just trying to hang on as long as they could, fighting the CC, fighting the monolith, but they're able to power through. And there's now 3 dragons still alive. The queen still has her ability. The royal champion has ability, but most importantly, all the defensive heroes have been taken out on the base here. So the royal champion has a much easier time going to be able to push her way through. So she gets the scatter shot down, makes her way out to the Teslas, and loop around here. The Expos are the biggest threat left on the base here, and I guess the king's still standing. He's hiding up there in the very top of the base, so he could intercept if he doesn't get him dealt with, but I guess the queen ability can take him. But I'm worried about the Expos more than anything on this, because the queen's not going to have clear access to them and the defensive king.
Well, this attack was just rapid fast and knocked out most of the space before I could even finish the preface for this hit, but it does look like this is going to be coming in pretty strong along the backside here. Archer Queen still is very high on her hit points and has, thankfully, a unicorn, Diggy, and even a phoenix flying around to help her out. She's got that ability yet to be used, and without having to get through any walls, she just has to worry about getting the damage dumped into these storages, while the little bit of damage from these defenses is going to be firing away. Expect her to pop that ability as soon as she gets a lock from the king there, but with all 3 of these big long-range defenses firing away, it's going to be a difficult run to the end. Pops him down though, and with that additional damage boost, she needs to get through as quick as possible. Nope. It's going to happen, Eric. A 2-star 96% for ALLEXCEED is going to leave them just short by 4% against the Titans, but a star down now puts the Titans in a very strong spot.
Yeah, tough. It's always a little bit of a gamble, like when you use super dragons. Like you're tossing them into just broadside the base, and if they don't path exactly how you expected them to and get to the core, like he did get the value out of the core there, which is surprising that he ended up missing that. So like I'm actually surprised that didn't go through, because he got the town hall down, he kept the hero safe, he got the core wiped out, his spell placement was very nice, and he actually managed it very well. So I'm surprised that didn't go through, but it came very close. But now with the lead established, Alcador getting ready for Titans for the next attack here. And I mean, if they can now sustain their lead here with, like you're saying, the history between the 2 teams here, we saw that Titans was averaging 13 stars, ALLEXCEED only 12. So with the lead already established out of the gate here, look at this. Whoa, Woody, look at this. He's breaking out a mass Yeti super wizard and bat attack. I've seen people try to use this before, but I've seen a lot of people end up with 1 stars when they try to break this attack. So this makes me a little bit worried right at the gate here. And I guess we'll see what it can do, Woody.
Cowabunga it is! Bring on the wave of destruction! Yeti Mites are just going to be infesting this base. Log launcher to roll through straight toward that town hall and get a bunch of these walls down and make the entry point even better for him. Royal Champion right off the bat knocks out a multi-inferno up on the top side that had been raged up, and Alcadir's going to have to also deal with a big ol' CC Lava Hound coming on out to try to slow down this Archer Queen, but not distracting the ground troops at all. Knock apart that Eagle Artillery, which had, interestingly, a tornado trap to try to protect it up there on the top side. And we are once again seeing an extremely quick attack, just dismantling this base. But will it run out of steam before it makes it to the backside, just like in our previous hit as well? Grand Warden watering up to the top, not really doing a whole lot except trying to protect the Royal Champion, I guess, and pretty much all the troops are dead at this point. Just have to rely on the heroes and the Bat Bomb dropping it hot up top, Eric.
Absolutely, but the Warden may end up following the bats here, but he does get the splash damage defenses over there. The bats are going to start to build into a swarm. If they clump up and start one-shotting defenses, there's going to be very little that can stop them. The Queen almost gets that last Wizard Tower down. It's one shot. He's very, very close, but he's got 3 freezes left on standby. He's got the cleanup moving. Warden survived to do cleanup up top. The Bat Wave is unstoppable now.
No red bomberinos. No red bombs. Come on.
Red
keep
bombs
it up
can't
just
pull
a little
it.
longer.
Red bombs can't hit bats. Bats don't trigger traps.
God,
Only
you're right,
other
you're right.
troops next to them can actually cause the bats to go down. So he's going to have the Bat Wave move through unimpeded and will work backwards. He's absolutely got the triple locked in. And that's 2 on the board here for Titans.
Yeah, great read there. I'm just thinking about anything that could possibly stop this wave, but it is Batman till the end, and Al-Qadir is going to keep the Titans up ahead once again. Another 3-star performance and being able to swag this little headhunter at the end, I guess, not having to worry about the enemy Royal Champion at all. She is just lost dazed and confused, just wondering where the rest of the defenses went on this base. As he collapses in on the final segment here with 30 seconds left, still plenty of time, and he is just going to kick back and relax, Eric.
Yeah, you don't want to put the headhunter here because I don't know if you ever found the tornado trap. And there might be ground scalers around the world champion, so like if you do put the headhunter in, it could end up pulling traps. He does drop it in now where it can stand safely on the outside of the base there without going all the way in and potentially triggering traps. But it'll take the world champion down, get him through a little bit faster. She drops and he can turn it back around and get the storage down. Nicely done. That attack makes me nervous. That attack makes me nervous every time I see it. But when it works, and he's able to get the triple. That was huge right there. Definitely a fun way to take a base down as well.
Very nice. You know, it started off really quick and it seemed like time wasn't going to be much of an issue at all, but it actually turned out to be a 2-minute and 50-second attack coming down a little bit scary at the end there, but the Titans going to keep their solid strike up so far. 6 stars to their name as they get first 2 hits in. Luca going to have to return fire now and try to get this thing back into the win column for ALLEXCEED, but just really having a lot of difficulty so far. Going to be a bit more of a standard orthodox entry point, though, for 2 lavas in this La Lune, but no healers this time for Luca. Instead, going to have a little bit of a hero dive with an Ice Golem out in front to block. Starts off with the Battle Blimp going straight for the Town Hall and does not encounter any tornado traps. Super minions pop on out with Invis and Rage. They are going to be blasting away, Eric. Kaboom! Town Hall goes down for the first star, and with additional invisibility spells, they are just going to be wrecking havoc inside this base. They do kind of wander outside the spell support range and don't get everything down. That air defense sticking up is going to be kind of a little bit of a sad point, I think, for Alex in this early strike.
Yeah, I think he got everything he's looking for, though. Town Hall, Inferno, and Expo going down were the primary targets. The air defense is not too big of a problem on the backside of the base there because, I mean, look at the rest of the base here. We have 2 air defenses up in the very top of the base there, then the one at the bottom. So I'm not even sure where you anchor your house. There's one over to the far left side of the base by the Eagle Artillery as well. So I guess you start into the Eagle Artillery side with Lala most likely and charge the Rage Tower area first. So we'll see how the Hounds actually cooperate there with that extra air defense staying standing as an alternate path for them to go to. But up top, the heroes are going to make their way in, and using the blimp to get the final form for the heroes is always a good plan, but a lot of times if you can get the blimp to pull at the CAC, that's even better. But when you're running the full air blimp with only super minions inside, you don't pull the clan castle, so the heroes still get intercepted. They still have to fight it while they're under the threat of the defenses, and it can slow them down a little bit. That's why a lot of players used to always prefer the super whizzes, and we are seeing a resurgence of that attack a little bit there, but people are still putting their trust in super minions. But look at this, he does put in Lalo at the very bottom of the base instead of going into the Eagle Artillery first, so he's got to take a lot of Eagle strikes as he makes his way through here, Woody.
Gutsy push, but he pops that Eternal Tome right before that first layer of Eagle shots rains down. He used the World Champion to take down that bottom right side air defense, and he's got the last Lava Hound up on the top left side ready to soak shots for the final one. A few balloons to pop it down, and this is going to be a balloon parade through the back end of the base, and the only thing he's going to be worried about at this point is that multi-target Inferno drops a haste spell right on top of it, but there's not going to be any troops inside of it just yet. That was a little bit aggressive on the placement, I think, Eric.
Yeah, I needed to get the haste to get into it in the first place. There, he takes a lot of damage on the approach there. Lots of balloons are dying, but he does get the strikes, and he takes it down! He just needs to get the Expo! He's working on it with some... There's 2 Expos! He's throwing in extra troops on the right side! He's got an extra giant, a wizard, a minion, a headhunter, they're all swarming it, and they got the punch! They're gonna take it! It's a triple for ALLEXCEED, and Luca gets it done.
Very well done. Collapses on the clan castle as the last building to knock down, and with just under 10 seconds left, once again we see another attack getting a little bit close here in the end. Not dominating performances so far, but it's going to be a 3-star nonetheless, and that is going to keep ALLEXCEED in this war. 6 stars against their own 5 means that they still have a little bit of ground left to cover if they want to make up that deficit, but this is going to be an exciting mid-war to watch now, as we have an opportunity now for both of these teams to lay claim to that upper spot. Shikari King trying to keep ALLEXCEED just at bay now as the Titans seek to maintain their perfect performance so far. I'm wondering what was going through ALLEXCEED's mind when they set up that last base, though. Just the aerial attacks have been so strong in this meta that to dump 3 air defenses kind of all on one side of the base is really just like setting up an easy target for their attackers to go up against. Claimed the 3-star that time, and we'll see if the Titans can justify that sort of setup as they move in with another air attack of their own. Laloon coming in again with an Ice Hound this time, Eric.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna use he's got a double clone for this one here. He's got the invisibility. He's got to be getting ready to set up a big blimp here. So he just invests a ton of balloons into the opener, able to not get them super well protected, unfortunately. So a lot of them went down early, but he popped the word ability. They'll get more protected there. He sends the blimp into the core of the base, and he needs to get tons and tons and tons of blimp value here. It's gonna be super minion bomb. He's got the invisibility. He goes ahead and clones it twice to try to wipe out the core, but the area around the top of the base there that he invested all those balloons into with the ward ability did not get the monolith down, and so that's a bit of a problem. He never got the scatter shot down up there as well. So while he did get a lot of value in the core of the base there, he missed some critical targets up top, although he did get the headhunters in to go get the defensive queen out of the way there while he had the ward ability active. So he got some value, but I'm not sure if it's enough here. This might be the opening for ALLEXCEED unless Shikari King can find a way to pull this back.
Well, it looks like Shikari King's been playing a little bit of brawl because he just brought the rocket rain up into the middle of that base with so many super minions just obliterating the core. Decent value, but you are right that he spent a lot to make it happen and has got to follow up very quickly to justify that big investment early on. Still holds on to that Ice Hound, but I'm trying to get a sense of the rest of the space with that scatter shot still up. He's got to do a lot of work to take that down. Baby Dragon is going to be soaking fire from it while it tries to get a few burp shots off. I guess it's going to get a few more hits in, but is eliminated. And he needs to do something about that scatter if he wants these loons to have any shot at all.
Yeah, he puts in 2 balloons, splits them up there. He's just kind of multitasking here. He's got cleanup work on the left side of the base there, getting that going. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to have the king separate so much from the queen like that, but the queen is sustaining. She's under low enough damage. The unicorn is keeping her top off. The split balloons were able to get the scatter shot down. He's got 6 more balloons on standby. He's got a headhunter. He's got an Ice Hound. He goes ahead and throws them in while he can potentially take the road champion. The queen circling out of the base. Their ability still intact. She can come in and save it at the end here if he has the balloons get enough. But the Ice Hound doing work here. Needs to get the defensive road champion. Here comes the headhunters. Gotta get the lock on. The Expo is ticking off his headhunters right now. His queen circling in. It's very close here, Woody. I'm not sure if he's got it yet, though.
It is not going to be with a bang, but with a whimper that the defenses are finally going to wither away. Shikari King has just been pounding this entire raid, and with 15 seconds left, still holding onto that queen ability and an invisibility spell that he might even just be able to swag at this point. It looks like he's going to have it after all. A few seconds left, and the monolith falls for the 3-star by Shikari King. ETX Titans with the tic-tac-toe, 3 in a row to start, are just so powerful. And it's looking like the predictions are gonna shatter because the Titans just cannot be stopped, stomping through the competition and denying ALLEXCEED any possibility of a defense yet, Eric.
Absolutely, but they're still hot on their tail there. So if Kazuma can get a triple here, then they can still be right behind him. Get the pressure on. Maybe they can force a defense there. That's what you need to do. You can't let him get 2 stars ahead. That would be very difficult to recover from. Not impossible, but very, very difficult. But Titans is playing very strong right now and living up to the 60% hit rate that they had going. Remember, all of their players are hitting above a 50%, a lot of them in the 60s there. So their offense is through the roof right now, and ALLEXCEED cannot hold them back, but they have to match them offense for offense as we see a Skelly Donut going after the Monolith, going after the CC. No. He misses the CC building. He has no poison. He misses the Expo as well. He only got 1 target for that investment, and that is going to be a very big problem.
That is ball game right there. You cannot 3-star this base. You cannot keep pace against the Titans. They just won it. With the failure of that Skelly Donut in the center, the CC is going to stand. Oh, okay, it's a Lava Hound.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, that's still going to be a big distraction for whatever cleanup is going to happen later on in. At least the balloons are not going to be stopped short there. The first star is claimed by Kazuma, but it is going to be an extremely impressive follow-up if he manages to salvage a 3-star out of this attack. He's still going to be making a valiant effort, though, because with the Town Hall down, he doesn't have to worry about repositioning his troops. It's still going to be plan A for him, with Queen on the far outside to engage that Lava Hound early. Let's give him his fair due. Lots of elite barbarians to move around these edges, but the walls are going to be a little bit tricky to deal with here, Eric.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Electro Titan went down right before the Lava Hound popped, so it can't burn up all the pumps, so the Queen stays distracted, and as she stays distracted, the King runs away from her. That's why you don't want the CC to go out and engage. That's why you need the Skeleton to take it down, but he's actually recovering it pretty decently right now. I mean, kudos to him to hold it together there after a little bit of a hiccup, but that Expo that was left behind as well under Rage that was supposed to be down for the Skelly Donut is just hammering away at the King there, forces him to Phoenix. He ends up going invincible for a little bit there, providing some tanking while the Rage Tower stays active. He does go and freeze as soon as the King goes down and the invincibility wears off, steps his way through, takes out the Expo. Okay, he's actually managing this very, very well, but there's still a ton of base left to go, and he's slowly dwindling on resources.
Finishes off the multi with the shield toss from the Royal Champion there, and with the Archer Queen also still alive, it's going to utilize these spells. A little bit of a spinning action here as the Tornado Trap catches the Royal Champion, and she is going to be taken down by an Archer Tower. Archer Queen herself still is holding on to that ability, but giant bombs going off in her face are going to force it now. She's trying to move away to the backside now where there's still just a single target Inferno to try to deny her. But look at that, still has 2 freeze spells left to deploy. Nothing to heal up this Archer Queen. She's getting awfully low, needs as much firepower directly. No! Can't freeze both, but the archers are going to block for her as long as that Archer...
Come on, Queen. Come on, Queen. Come on, Queen. She stays alive. The super bombs take out the Wizard Tower. And he pulls it back, Woody. That was insane.
Oh man, I'm taking it from Itsu here. He says, how did this happen? Barb's OP, but the commander deserves the glory, and the positive jinx coming in for Kazuma to keep them alive. ALLEXCEED have got another 3-star thanks to a miracle that he was able to pull off there, missing the CC and the Skelly Donut to begin with, but hey, the best laid plans, even when they fall apart, can still be salvaged by a brilliant general. Kazuma has done it, Eric.
That was wild. I can't believe he's able to pull that back. It looked like it was over. But they are now within 4 buildings of Titans. If they can pick up a defense and get another triple on the board here, they still are in this war. This is insane. The fact that we've gone through 6 attacks so far, and we've had 1 attack leave 4 buildings on the board. That's wild to me that they're playing this offensively at Town Hall 15, which is not easy to do. Like we're saying, the world-class team, the teams that we expect to be in the World Championship are pushing about a 60% hit rate, and they are, which means they are definitely at that caliber, and they can definitely be a team that goes the entire distance. They can keep this up here, but both teams playing fantastic here. Rad going to be pushing in with a wall break down the line here. Can't wall break at the corner there, but he quickly deals with the monolith and then walks over to the right, then circles in Town Hall. Keep an eye on the Town Hall radius there, because you got to make sure that the Town Hall does not target the healers there. They are going to target. He needs to get a freeze. He needs to get a freeze. He goes invisible. That works as well, Woody. And he will secure the Tower takedown while that Flameflicker has been doing some good work on the left side.
Titans have less than a 1% lead in this war, holding on to that single star advantage, but Ran wants to keep it going further and needs to get a good setup for this dual Hog Rider push. He's got the Super Hogs ready to commit in here and a lot of walls to hop over. Not bringing very many spells to help him out, only just a Rage and a Poison to boost his chances here. Enemy Rage Tower is going to be souping up 2 multi-infernos as well as the Eagle Artillery as soon as any troops get close enough to activate. And Ran with an Archer Queen just getting pummeled in the top compartment of this base is going to have a difficult time. She is still alive, though, getting slowed down by Ice Golems on approach. And man, that is going to be a lot of spells that he has already dumped early in on. Grand Warden going to be supporting the Hogs now as they make their way in from the bottom side of the base. Can they get rid of this multifaceted core with multi-infernos firing away on him, Eric?
Queen's out of range. There uses his last freeze to keep the Queen alive to take those backside defenses up. But the ward ability has to carry these hogs through. Queen takes the multi-steps to the scatter shot. The Queen's done her job. The Queen's done everything that she could do, but she invested every single one of those spells to get through. So the hogs have to clear the multis, or at a minimum, they have to clear the way for the Royal Champion to go in there and take it. Where is she? I'm looking for the Royal Champion. I'm not seeing her. Is she still alive? Or wait, did he use her earlier? Yeah, she's gone. I mean, the hogs are still trying, though. The Queen's gonna break a wall there, and she can reach the right side multi with the wall that she broke. And so look at all the riders on foot there working the warden. If they take that multi, he's got a chance. He does. He gets it. There is a little bit of life left in this Woody.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of an awkward cleanup, but I guess she can wander around toward the outer edge and won't have to worry too much about that. Hogs are hopping over the walls, and even with the giant bomb going off, that is not going to be enough to stop him. Diggy pops up for a little bit of extra damage here. There's still a builder hut in the core of the base that the Hog Riders are hammering away at. She should have access. No, she has to pop a wall first.
She does. Look at the warden. Look at the warden. Look at the warden. Watch the warden. Warden steps through. Warden,
1 second. No! Warden, what are you doing?
No, Woody.
The warden retargets to the wall to help the Queen when one single shot would have been enough.
He took one shot too. He took one shot, and then the Queen wandered in. Some of the other troops there died in front of him. There were other troops there that directed his target to the battle builder, but when the battle builder cleared those troops, he has to follow the stack of troops there that has the higher troop space. And once a couple troops got cleared, that next target was the Queen's target, which was the wall. He abandons the final strike there, and he takes the wall instead. And that was wild. I can't believe that just happened, Woody.
I am still here, although I guess you saw I got a little bit dumbstruck right there. Let me try to hop back in.
Oh boy. Well, that was insane. That was absolutely insane here. However, that just opened the door here for ALLEXCEED. Now, it doesn't really change the picture that much because they were able to get the percentage so high. Because the percentage went to a 99%, we're still going to see a percentage advantage into Titan's favor. And so it's going to be basically the same situation that they were already in, where they still hold advantage, and ALLEXCEED is just going to have to triple now to be able to tie up the stars. But if they miss here, they got to keep the percentage high because they're going to need a miss from Titans regardless. So we'll see what happens here as Kazu drops in. Looks like he's going for the super minion bomb, dropping right on top of the rage tower. Go ahead and clone it up there and go invisible, rage it up, wipe out that entire top quadrant of the base there, taking out the CC in the process. I don't know if he pulled any CC troops out there. I guess there's something standing there. It looks like a rocket balloon. Not much for defensive CC troops there, chilling on the area, but they're completely dealt with now, and the heroes can now wrap around. Everything that he could have wanted in that area was taken down, other than maybe the monolith would have been an extra target that would have been extremely valuable as he pushes his way forward.
Electro Titans set
back, Woody?
Push now. Yeah, I'm back with y'all now. Sorry for the
Woody, I think we lost Woody there for a second there. Woody, if you're back, just say something there and we'll get you back in. But Kaz, we're going to keep on pushing it from the right side with the heroes. There we go. Woody's back. All right. Talk us through this.
Yeah, here we go. Hopping in over on the right side corner now. The Electro Titans are looking for a clear entry point to the space, but without any jump spells or anything to crack through these outer walls. They're just going to have to rely on elite barbarians to get them a little bit more leeway to move on in. Going to be taking a lot of damage now from the monolith, firing away at some really crucial targets, but popping that down, he is going to be going in super hard and fast now. Kazu is engaging the town hall and will get that down, as well as 50% for the second star back to back. Elite Barb's ready to collapse along the edge, as there's a lot of vulnerable buildings out there grabbing defenses left and right. But I'm still noticing that single target Inferno in the bottom corner might require some tricky play here from Kazu here.
Gotta be careful here. Need to get all the barbarians to swarm to that area. If the Royal Champion gets locked onto, then he's gonna be in a very troublesome spot here. But the heroes ended up pathing through the Town Hall poison, which is, I'm not even sure if that's the way he intended to path. Like, he was dropping in wall breakers at the top there, and he ultimately ended up breaking the wall with the King ability. And so he does get through it. But look at that. The Diggy takes the stun onto the single Inferno, doesn't take it. Guys, this is gonna end up as a miss, and we have to look at the percentage split there between the teams. We were looking at a 3 building split there if this tripled. So this sets the bar for Titans. They control the war. I think that their threshold to beat the, or to win the war here is going to be a 71% for the tie, 72% for the win right now, if my quick math is correct. So they definitely have set the bar quite low for Titans, and now if they triple, that's a minimum of a $5,000 payout and potentially can continue their path all the way to the World Championship.
Yeah, we just saw some really spicy action over the past couple of attacks. Kazuma, the Clutch King, pulling off a 3-star even when the Skelly Donut fails. And then the Troll Warden of the Year retargeting to deny the 3-star there for the Titans. Still holding on to their star advantage. But 79.8% means they've only missed one single building so far in this entire war. Sikander looking to close out strong, and as you mentioned, they're only needing a 2-star with a high 72% strike to finish it off. It's going to move in hot and quick with that battle blimp. Gets some troops there right into the core, and it looks like with some invisibility spells, he's going to be popping off mighty quick with those super archers, looking for that geometry to get the damage in. First star going to be claimed from the town hall and won't have to do a whole lot of work to finish off the rest of it, Eric.
Yeah, looking very, very good right now, and going for the town hall right out of the gate there with the super archer bomb is a smart way to go, because you get the town hall down early. Now you don't have to stress over it. You just got to gather up the percentage. You know that your team's already in a very strong position, and obviously this is a way that you can triple base there quite easy as well. It's a big part of the meta. The super march is one of the strongest attacks in the game right now, and there are very few bases that are able to be built to stop this. So a lot of people are leading on this attack here hard, but they didn't need to lead on it to get a triple here unless we had the ALLEXCEED triple, which they did not, and they set that bar pretty low, and that's going to make it a walk in the park here as the Electro Titan burns up the Lava Hound up top. So CC's dealt with, and the heroes can just wrap around the bottom. But I'm kind of surprised there, Woody, that he decided to go in at the bottom side of the base there with the heroes. I would typically only put the heroes in the bottom if we had the town hall still sitting on the side. I would generally say charge the Eagle Artillery first. It seems like the Eagle Artillery fired down is a much bigger threat when it stays standing for that long.
Yeah, this is a really awkward C shape that he still has left. Eagle Artillery up at that 11 o'clock position is also going to be protected by a scatter at Ground Expo and 2 Teslas that popped up in the top compartment. Sikander does know that he only has to get that middling 70% though, and with the Super Barbarians ready to just kind of move around the edges and grab buildings wherever he notices any vulnerability, I think he's going to be cleared for a landing to reach that point. He's got the 2 stars already and is pushing higher and higher. The overall damage creeping from 69 up to 70% now, and that is going to be enough. ETX Titans will be winning this war with an impressive final finish. Can they close out strong for the near perfect war and get that 3-star though? Sikander will do his best to make it happen.
Still have that Rage Tower active. The Queen's working on the Eagle Artillery. Phoenix is assisting her. Super Barb swarming to the defensive King up top there. Get him out of the way there, but there's no headhunters, I believe, to be able to get the defensive King completely taken down. But the World Champion gets over there and will work on... Oh no, she gets past him. The King is trying to chase her down right now. She already popped her ability. He's getting the percentage up very, very high, but he's running out of steam here as the Queen will get sniped off right there, and time expires at 94%. More than enough for the win. Still, they had 3 stars, 3 triples out of the gate, and that set them up perfectly. And all they had to do from that performance was just coast. So they do sustain their 60% hit rate, and you can see the Sikander, even though he missed here, he still has a 65% hit rate overall. So this entire team is completely stacked, and they have the win. And now we get to see ALLEXCEED make their final attack, and unfortunately for them, it'll be the last one on their road to the World Championship, as they will be eliminated.
Well, a chance to go out in style for Arazi. He's bringing the 7 Electro Dragons for a lightning fast finish, perhaps. Trying to get that chain value through the base. I'm noticing that there's a couple little alleyways that have been constructed here by Dark on top on defense. Little compartments that don't have any buildings that we can see. Maybe a Tesla trap in there. That could cause some pathing problems for the Electro Dragons. So we'll just have to see where Arazi chooses to go on this. Wow, massive chain lightning value up on the top side, though. Just obliterating a lot of those base outer structures and providing some good funneling here for these loons now. Checking around for some black bombs. Not catching any, but will get to eliminate that Eagle Artillery early on. And Arazi setting up, for the rest of the attack here.
Some good chains here. Good chains. He's gonna get that Eagle Artillery down, which a lot of attackers who like to use the Electro Dragons, they generally would just go in these small strike squads to go get the Eagle Artillery down and use the Eagle Artillery as a funneling point there. But just a small investment to go in there and take that down goes a long way, so you're not taking the strikes all the way through the base there. But the fact that it funnels at the same time and then the heroes can go do the other side of the funnel is a very smart way to take a phase down and a very smart way to break out Electro Dragons. But he does kind of need the super minions to get a lot of value here. He's got Raider Bombs going off the core of the base there, taking out a bunch of the super minions that are going to the Town Hall, but they do survive. He freezes the Town Hall, tries to stop the damage, and it's just enough to take it down. But on top of that, Woody, he destroys the CC building as well. So now, if there was any ground targeting troops only in there, like a Lava Hound or Ice Golems or Rockabos or anything like that, that was still standing inside of that building, then they can no longer deploy. So always very, very important that we avoid the Clan Castle area until after we're able to clear that building and make sure that no ground troops wander inside of the range right there. And he handled it perfectly. And he's actually set up pretty nicely with the heroes continue to wrap around here. Now the Road Champion just now joining.
Yeah, I'm just questioning why he didn't dump the Royal Champion earlier to try to take down some of these defenses. Like the air defense on the outside is just going to obliterate this poor Electro Dragon, who would otherwise have gotten a little bit more value. But he's playing very cautiously and just keeping an eye closely. Nice, freezes both the multi and the Barbarian King at the same time there. Will shut that down, and there's not going to be any defenses left. Just a king to try to defend his crown, but Arazi is going to have none of it with 3 heroes of his own. The enemy king is going to be knocked out, and without even having to use the Royal Champion's ability, he'll pop it off just for fun to say goodbye, and that will be it. A 3-star from ALLEXCEED will bring them up to 13 stars total, but they are going to be short on percentage, and the Titans will prevail.
Very, very strong performance from ALLEXCEED. They did exceed their average hit rate there. They played very, very well today. But that one attack, the one low percentage attack there is ultimately what is going to